Now it works.
Okay.
We gotta introduce we
always start with.
We're round table talks. We're back for another one.
There we go.
He's forgetting to say what we're doing. And we started with me last week because I was on that side of the table with your house.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, see?
That's true.
But
Switched, so this week it's me. So hi, I'm Kevin Burton. I am running for House District 14, which kind of encompasses Veneta, Elmira, and kind of West Eugene.
Super. I'm Bill Vivian, and this is my first time on the team here, and I'm running for House District 8, and that runs from south of 105, University of Oregon, South Eugene Hills, all the way south towards Cottage Grove, but just northwest of Cottage Grove, which would be then west of Highway 99.
Wow. Big area.
It's
All right.
Yeah.
I'm Jake Huff, running for Senate District 7, which encompasses his House District and his House District. So most of Greater Eugene and out to Veneta and Elmira and Alvador.
Yes, Alvador.
And I'm Jonathan Abrahamsen, running for House District 13, which just covers North Eugene and Santa Clara. Mine's not as cool as they are. But, yeah, a lot of houses, small area.
Yeah.
But, okay, so you wanted to talk this week.
Wanted to talk a little bit about DEI.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, that's what I had down.
In its purity, DEI is a good thing
Yeah.
because it acknowledges that we are all diverse.
Mm-hmm.
We all bring to the table different strengths, different weaknesses, talents, abilities, knowledge, experience.
Except
right?
for us, he has a black shirt, you got a black shirt, and I got a black shirt.
Okay.
He didn't get the memo.
So
He's the DEI.
I am something.
so diversity just acknowledges that each of us is unique.
Mm-hmm.
Each of us has abilities that others don't have,
Right.
and weaknesses that others don't have. We're special people.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's special. Okay. Equity, that's a bugger. That's a real bugger because
Mm-hmm.
equity means that no matter how much effort you put into it, you get an equal share in the outcome.
Right.
Okay, and I love this story about the college young woman goes home for a break, and dad says, "So, kiddo, how are your grades doing?" "Oh, great! I'm on the dean's list. I'm on the honor roll. I got straight A's. I'm working my butt off." "What about your roommate?" "Oh, she parties all the time. She's getting like C's and D's." "Well, sweetheart, why don't you just give some of your credit to her so you can bring her grades up to like a B and drop your grade down to B, and you're both going to pass with decent grades." "Are you kidding me? I worked my butt off to get these grades, and she's partying all the time, and you think I'm going to give her any of my credit? Are you nuts?"
Mm-hmm.
And dad says, "Welcome to the Republican Party, dear." So, all right. So, but then some people will go to the scripture, the story that Jesus told of the vineyard owner going in the first hour to gather workers, and he says,
Mm-hmm.
"I will pay you whatever
X
it is,
amount,
right,
yeah.
for your work all day."
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes in the third hour and gets more guys.
More
"I will
guys.
pay you what you're worth."
Yep.
And in the 6th hour, in the 9th hour, and in the 11th hour, he offers to pay them what they are worth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then when he gives them all the farthing or whatever it is,
Right.
the guys that worked all day and the guys that worked only 1 hour,
Yep.
he gives them all the same amount. And the guys who worked all day are, "Rah, rah, 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 rah."
Yeah.
I'm the vineyard owner. Do I not get to pay my workers what I think they are worth?
There you go.
But this is in relationship to eternal life, not to what we have here on this earth.
Yeah.
Okay? So we got to be clear that the parable of Jesus that some people will use to say
Mm-hmm.
equity, we should all get the same outcome no matter what we do, right? Is not applicable to this fallen world that we live in,
Yeah.
right?
It
If
does.
Unless
you work
you're,
your-
unless you have a D after your name.
Okay. So that's where I'm going with this. Now, inclusion, all right, is not a bad thing.
No.
We should be willing to include anybody who wants to talk with us.
Sure.
We should be able to include anybody who can do the job, whatever it is, right? Unfortunately, the left has bent things around so much that diversity only means if you're one of the minorities or LGBTQ or whatever flavor of the month it happens to be.
You're just not a white guy.
As long as you're not a white heterosexual cisgender whatever, okay? So that is not true diversity. That is diversity that's been warped into something else.
That's actually called exclusion.
There you go. And that's the I part. I love these signs in the fronts of homes that say, in our home, we believe in inclusion and diversity and Black Lives Matter and love is love and, all this stuff.
Back to the 70s.
But they need to have that little disclaimer that says, unless you're a Republican, then we hate you.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Because that's the kind of reaction that I get from those people when I say I'm a Republican.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay? So...
Well, you automatically get a target on your back by saying you're a Republican.
Yeah.
Especially, I don't know how bad it is in your district, but up here, like, I've looked at the data, like, house to house. Like, within a block and a half radius of my house, I'm the only registered Republican.
Wow.
Like, 10 houses that way, 10 houses that way.
They're just all Democrats.
The only person that's not registered, so the person next door is non-affiliated.
Okay.
Which she's a judge or was one, so yes, I get that. They always file as that. And the dude across the street is Canadian. So you can't vote anyway. Yeah.
There you go.
Unless he goes and gets his driver's license, then he can vote.
He has a driver's license. And thankfully, he's honest.
Yes. Yeah.
I think he's been here long enough. I don't think that was a thing when he got his driver's license.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not. It's kind of newer.
Well, he bought that house in 1985.
Oh, no, then it's guaranteed. Yeah.
So anyway, that's what I wanted to just educate people on, that DEI in a good form is a good thing, because we ought to
include everybody.
We ought to be willing to say, I don't care what your politics are, we can be friends.
Yeah.
Right? That's the inclusion part. The equity part in this life ain't gonna happen.
Nope. Sorry.
So you're spinning that down the campaign / party route, but what about other aspects of life with DEI? Like schools.
Okay.
Schools.
Like the fact that teachers during an in-service we talked about this 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
And we kind of put a call to action out, and I don't know if you've heard this or not, but there was a mandatory DEI class that all of the teachers had to attend during an in-service day. And then they also had to teach the counselors about menstruation and a bunch of stuff. Well, my child goes to this school district, so I wrote it from my campaign email because I get a lot of emails from people in this district, and they're like, hey, this is what's going on. Pride Club, where they're handing out stuff. They're going on field trips to escape rooms where they're answering questions about DEI stuff, like who was the first openly gay governor in Oregon and all kinds of stuff. But this was also during school hours, and they were using school funding for it. So I wrote Miss Dodds at Bethel School District, she's the PR person, an email, because of course I wasn't going to single out my child's school because it's not school specific. So I called the district office, and I'm like, who do I need to direct questions to? And they go, well, what's it about? As soon as I mentioned that club, they're like, oh, you need to talk to her. She's not in the office. You have to send her an email. I've now forwarded that email 17 times to her, And I add stuff in every time, like,
So it's
hey,
getting longer
this
and
is the
longer.
17th time. I'm just asking questions for one as a dad, but also as a concerned member of, the district, neighborhood, whatever you want to call it. For one, if you're $60 million short in budget, why are we funding clubs that are handing out flags, stickers, magnets, like literally have memorabilia from this club? And why are we sending busloads of kids to an escape room and paying for it?
Yeah.
And then to top that off, we're 47th in education. Why are they spending an entire day at a freaking escape room?
Yeah. When you got kids who can't read and they're graduating, you've got kids who math is like an object that they cannot even try to grasp.
I have some complaints about math too. So my kid actually got in trouble for this because he's in 4th grade, so he's doing simple math,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
And it was like 7 divided by 2, and I'm like 3.5. He's like, no, it's 3 remainder of 1. I'm like, no, it's not. If you go somewhere and you pay with $7 and they're like, we're going to throw your 50 cents away, somebody's getting throat punched. Like, no, we're not just going to throw away $1.
Right.
Like,
We've only gotten rid of pennies. We haven't gotten rid of anything else.
That's not how that works. There's no remainder of anything. Because as an adult, sure, I look at numbers a little different, especially being a businessman. But
am I rounding it up? Am I rounding it down? Am I keeping it,
Well, I think of everything as money, right? Because in adult life, everything revolves around money.
Sure.
There's no even dollar in anything.
No.
So if I was just throwing one away every time. Yeah. Anyways, so
I'll get you the cardboard for your sign.
now that we filled you in on the whole email situation and this club, I still can't get the district to talk to me. I'm literally gonna have to go to a school board meeting and raise a stink like I did the first time.
Have you considered sending a U.S. mail with a return?
I have
Just
not.
in case emails go to the spam box and she's not really getting it, but if she has the sign
She got some
for
action.
it.
The crazy thing is I've done that, and believe it or not, okay, you're supposed to, if you get a signed receipt aspect, somebody is supposed to sign for it. But they don't have to.
That'll be Dave Lewis.
So yeah, now that somebody else magically appeared.
Bang!
Anyway, so we were talking about sending a letter to the school and sending it by mail with a return receipt.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's objective evidence that they at
I
least
will have
received
to
it
try.
versus an email that went into the spam box.
Because I was trying to find, I think it was Oregon Family Council quoted the law about how you're required to be able to see the things that are taught to your children in public schools.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The curriculum.
Yes, you
material,
can walk
whatever.
in and you can get it at any
So I was trying to find the law to quote that in the email,
Mhm.
and I was also gonna tag Craig Spores in that email.
Oh.
Just carbon copy the superintendent.
Just do it all
Be like,
together.
hey, this is the 18th time. Here's the law. You're breaking the law because I am a parent of a student in this district.
Mm-hmm. You don't even have to be that. You could be somebody from Colorado.
You know, I need to find that statute so I can send it.
So you can get it.
Have you used any AI searches like Grok?
I mean, I've Googled it, and then, of course, the top of Google it comes up with a bunch of crap. And of course, it does it. Even if you type Oregon, it goes, "Oh, Colorado."
Right,
You know?
Yeah.
So, but I need to go back and find the Oregon Family Council because they actually quote
actually
the
have
number
it,
in that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, ORS 192 - whatever or whatever it is.
Yeah, you could actually probably even call the Oregon Family Council.
Yeah.
And they would actually have it. It would be easy.
Yeah.
That might be the easiest way. Just call, because you can just look up their phone number and just bang, call them.
Yeah.
And then you'd get that, and then you put that in there. You could even, have a link to it in the email, so it's like, here it is.
Yeah. So, yeah, that whole situation, like, they refuse to talk. As soon as you bring up DEI, pride, transgender, or I talked to these boys about it. I don't know if we talked about it in the show last week or the whatever we want to call this, the video last week. I sat in front of that school. Actually, you might have been involved in this. I sat in front of that school while I was picking up my kid, and 11 sets of leggings walked by with staff members. 6 of those you could see right through at an elementary school.
That's ridiculous.
And we've had this conversation about how teachers are a highly educated professional and a public employee.
Yeah.
We need to go back to where teachers dress appropriately.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason you need to. And I actually ran into this issue in a previous school that we took my kid out of because his teacher was selling provocative photos on the internet.
Whoa.
And one of my customers actually told me about this. But so then we catch her sending pictures of the kids in the class to her friend in Turkey.
Whoa.
And
Yeah, that's a big no-no.
Well, the school district goes, oh, well, they're allowed to use their personal devices, and we can't really control what they do with the pictures.
Baloney.
So then, third strike, you're out. I show up to pick him up from school. Her skirt is so short, I could see her underwear hanging out from the bottom of this skirt. Well, have a conversation with the principal, and they go, we can't really do anything about dress codes anymore because that's discrimination.
What?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Well, my school's just right over here. You can slide them in there. We
Right.
have a dress code.
Right? So, we part of the whole, that kind of loops into the DEI, that they can't enforce a dress code because it's discriminatory or whatever. That's horse crap. You're a public employee.
Yeah.
I can't show up to my job in my boxers and a tank top.
Yeah.
Like, I have a dress code. I have to wear steel toes. I have to wear this. I
Oh,
have to
yeah.
wear that.
OSHA's going to be like, this is it.
Yeah. And this, at the time, my kid was in 3rd grade. So,
Very influential.
oh,
They're looking up to the teachers as a new god.
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
Like, same thing at an elementary school, like, especially 4th, 5th graders where they're really starting to get those hormones raging and stuff.
Oh,
There's
man.
teachers walking around that you can see her underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
We aren't
you
Europe.
mentioned the D word, discrimination. This is another one of my hot button issues. Remember back when commercials were really trying to sell you something and not...
Yes, yeah.
Okay. The discriminating buyer will buy this over that.
Correct.
What is discrimination? It is making an informed choice.
Yes.
Okay? So, if there are standards and a person is not willing to meet those standards,
Right.
you are absolutely able to discriminate in who you hire. Are they willing or are they not willing to meet specific standards?
Yeah.
And if you don't discriminate, shame on you.
You should.
Well, yes. I mean, I agree with that.
There
But
should be a set standard.
So-
and that should be out there for everybody to see.
Absolutely.
I'm sure this is true for 99% of people. Like, do you guys all have a teacher that is, like, burned into your memory that made an impression in your life?
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Harris.
Right? Mine's Mr. Smith.
Okay.
We talk about Smith.
Right.
So I've actually talked to him a couple times lately.
Mm-hmm.
I've never lost contact with him. He was my 5th grade teacher.
Wow.
I can still see him today in dress shoes. Sure, they were more comfortable, like slide on,
Yeah,
like
oh,
tennis shoe sole,
Yeah.
but they were professional.
Mm-hmm.
He was a khaki man,
Mm-hmm.
and then he wore Hawaiian shirts or whatever.
Sure.
Button up.
Fun.
The only time he wore anything other was we were doing school carnivals.
Sure. Yep.
We were doing events or whatever
Yeah.
that he was out helping with. So
Yeah.
he'd wear a school shirt with the logo or the name or whatever, jeans, and still nice shoes.
Yep.
Like, that's my picture
Of a teacher.
yeah, and then the same thing going up. It was starting to change a little bit when I was in high school, but I mean, we still had a major dress code. Like, if girls wore tank tops to school and too much of your shoulder was showing, you got sent home.
Yep.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
but so, I mean, I still remember teachers wearing dresses and, you know, dressing nice, and the male
Yeah.
teachers.
Or
You know,
button-up shirt.
There's only one person that I remember that didn't do that, and that was just him.
Sure.
And that was Chris Ferguson.
Oh, okay.
He wore flip-flops, cargo shorts, and a tank top. He was a PE teacher.
Okay.
But this man is the man. So he owns like 700 hats that are all just quirky as shit. Wore a different one
Every day.
Every day. And then this is the man that also, if you go over to Echo Hollow at 7 o'clock in the morning, you will see him running barefoot down the street
Yep.
every morning.
Yeah, he's a barefoot guy.
And then he also rides a bicycle everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like this dude, and
Very physically fit.
Yeah, he is. You're not gonna mess with him. Let's put it that
yeah. And now he's retired, but he still dresses the same way. You still see him every day, and he has done so much for the schools. Like he does a free library at the elementary schools where kids can go in and they get to pick 4 free books and they get to take them.
Yeah.
Like, and he does all that fundraising and everything.
Wow.
But he's the only person that I've ever dealt with in my educational career, as you put it, that didn't dress professional, but that was Ferguson. Like that was just him.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, my
was the PE
shop
coach.
teacher didn't.
yeah, and
I mean, he wore, his overalls and all that because, well, he's going to get dirty every second
and
of his day.
the same thing with Ferguson. I mean, we'd go run the track and he'd be barefoot.
No. Yeah, he's a barefoot
The
dude.
only reason he wore flip flops was because he had to in the school.
Yep. Yeah, he's a barefoot guy.
Yeah, I mean, do you expect a PE teacher to wear slacks and a button-up shirt? No, he's gonna wear shorts.
I hope
not. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
these are all really good points,
Mm-hmm.
and we can and should be able to get people to understand that if we continue on the same road that we're on, the outcome is going to be devastating.
Oh, yeah.
Not only to our students, but to the whole state.
Yeah.
Because the students are the future of this state.
Well, that's been my whole campaign, right? Is we
Right.
got to protect our children, we got to protect our
Yes.
education, and we got to protect our children moving into adulthood.
Yes.
Yes. Because if you look at Oregon, there's X amount of students who graduate every year,
Yep.
right? X amount of those stay, but a whole chunk of them go because they're going to go to a different college. They want to go. Do they come back? That was our whole hope, right?
Well,
Go to MIT, become super smart, come back home, do stuff here.
yeah.
They go to MIT, they become super smart. They go to California, or they go to Florida, or they go to
Montana, Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't come back home.
Yeah. What is there for people in Oregon anymore?
That's right. I mean, everybody wants this super green, super clean environment of work. And I'm sorry, some jobs are just dirty.
Yeah.
If you're a garbage man, that's a dirty job.
So,
Somebody's got to do it.
and how do you think our job market is in the state of Oregon?
It's awful. Absolutely awful. I know I've seen hundreds of businesses here just locally shutting down.
Yeah.
157 applications
Whoa.
to get the job that I have now.
157.
I have 4 master mechanic certifications,
And that's not enough for them. Wow.
and I have a college degree.
Yeah, and what,
Yeah.
it just,
Well, you know,
our environment here for businesses to come here, like we were talking about, the liquid propane, right? How many thousands of jobs would that have made for Oregonians here?
Mm-hmm.
Because they had to, what was it? It had to be over 50% had to be from Oregon.
yeah,
That was one of the things that they, okay, so thousands of guys and gals get their jobs here at a good paying job.
Mm-hmm.
And what everybody in Oregon do?
shut it down.
Yeah, don't want it.
Yeah.
What do you want?
That's with the timber industry too.
Yeah, timber industry is just
I got a
falling.
thing today at my front door about protecting the X million acres of forest,
Mhm.
right? Well, you know what happens when you don't do anything with that forest?
I
It
think
might
burns down.
burn.
well, so I think part of that was they were trying to sell a lot of our national forest acreage in Oregon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, they were. Yeah.
Sell it to people who will use it.
No,
Mhm.
that's
No.
not what they
No.
were trying to
No,
do.
not
What
to
were they
They,
trying to
people
they
who
were
using
trying to
it.
sell it to a different country that manufactures a bunch of junk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not going to mention that. but
It's just a red flag,
yeah,
okay?
they were going to sell it to a different country.
Oh.
And it's huge because, let's face it, Weyerhaeuser, they're a big company.
Yeah.
Can they beat a country?
No.
They just can't. I mean, they can put in the best bid they've got, but this country will just buy it anyhow.
Yeah, because they print their own money.
Yes.
Okay.
See, so
Yeah,
that's a
I know
big
that
problem.
Okay.
So I haven't seen this, and where I'm going with that is the million acre thing
Mhm.
is the magic number with this same incident. And actually, Cameron Haynes from Sub was a big proponent in this situation because it was also going to remove that you can't hunt on it, you can't do this, you can't do that,
Right,
and
because
it's
it's
a
their private
million
property.
acres of public land at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So. I don't know without seeing the info that you got on
Okay.
it.
I'll
But
bring it. I'll bring it.
Yeah,
next.
that'd be great
What
to
was
see.
the ask of the info?
To go to their website, take a look at it, and go with them on protecting that.
That million acres.
But the go-to action was either donate or to sign a petition or to lobby.
I didn't look at it that
Okay.
closely.
maybe we need to go to that website and do some research.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
always an ask. Of
Right.
yeah.
And I bet you anything it was money. Bet you anything.
No doubt.
I bet they wanted money and you to vote for,
Yes.
probably IP28. Please vote that.
we talked about that last week.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
That's a hot topic.
Yeah. If you want to really kill the Oregon economy, pass IP28.
Yeah, there it is. You will sink Oregon in
Have you read that
a week.
bill?
Yeah, and it's one of the things I'm putting in my voter pamphlet.
Are ya?
Paragraph is that I give eggs, chicken meat, venison, beef to my family, and I want to continue doing that. So I am
There you go.
against IP28.
Did you read all the law on it though?
I can't say that I read all of it.
All
so
28
like-
pages or
it
whatever.
gets into
Like making pest elimination illegal? And
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
electric fences and
that
slaughtering cattle.
rats
and-
will take over.
Well, so we talked about it last week since you're new this week. Have you ever been to a restaurant, right? Like every restaurant has pest elimination.
Yeah,
Because
they're
if,
They
required.
better.
if they don't, whew,
Yeah.
I don't want to eat there.
yeah. Which is funny because I mentioned the story last week was I used to work across the street from a restaurant and Swanson was in there like once a month.
Mhm.
And everybody, oh, I won't go eat there. They probably got roaches. No, they don't because
They're there.
Right. Yeah.
It's a good thing to see them.
Yeah.
It's not a warning sign. It's a hey.
They're on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's, and if you protect our forests to the point where it's a no touchy zone, well, everything that's in that forest, okay, that whole ecosystem
Mhm.
will become unbalanced so rapidly it will not even be funny.
We'll have deer laying in our front yard like you live in Montana.
Yeah,
Like,
it'll be, and you'll probably have a bear sitting in your sauna.
yeah. Well, I know I won't live here because the economy is going to tank here. Our
Oh, it'll go so fast.
our coast is going to be trash.
I looked at it and I was like, okay.
but
So I looked up really quick, just restaurants, okay?
Yeah.
Because, okay, McDonald's, yes, does their meat come from here? No. But, you know, like you were talking about, all the pest elimination and all that, it's
Yeah.
all got. I was like, okay, how much does that make in the state of Oregon? It's huge. I mean, the number is enormous.
Well, look how many businesses it's going to shut down. We're backtracking, going back to this.
It's just awful. I just sat there and went, oh my gosh. All those people at restaurants, because they'll have to close.
Yeah. Well, will they have to close? Because they'll have to remove those requirements.
Yeah.
What are they going to serve?
Yeah.
Rabbit food.
Your $74 steak because they're all bringing it in from Idaho.
Idaho. Yeah. It's the only place you'll be able to find it.
Yeah. Because it's not illegal to raise cattle here. It's illegal to breed them and to slaughter them.
Yeah.
So.
But how are you going to keep them in without an electric fence? You ever seen an Angus?
Barbed wire.
Oh, that won't keep them in. I've watched them walk right through it like it doesn't even exist.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, it's a whole situation.
You'll have an Angus sitting on your patio.
So
Not for long.
before we end this, since we're
An hour in.
pretty close, what else do you guys have? Like, what else is on your mind this week? We don't normally do this at the end. Usually we just finish our conversation.
Yeah, it's just like gunk.
Yeah.
I've watched them and it's like, well, that ended weird.
I was reading this article on Western Journal the other day, and it's just about what Americans want.
Okay.
And the final statement was, Americans don't want much. Safe neighborhoods, jobs that pay enough to live on, schools worth sending their kids to, health care that doesn't require a second mortgage, the chance to build something and pass it on. These aren't partisan desires.
No.
They are what people want from a country they still love.
Yep.
And that's Deborah A. Wilson and James Carter, who wrote this article for the Western Journal.
Wow.
So that's the common thread, I think, for all of us, regardless of party.
God.
Yeah. Well, I
I
mean,
would hope so.
I think our biggest thing is just making Oregon better again.
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
making
Yeah.
it back to what it was when
Right.
we were younger.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, I'm younger than you guys, but Oregon was awesome when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, it was safe.
You can imagine what it was when we were
Yeah.
kids.
I mean, but we could hop on the public bus and not have to worry
didn't have
about
to worry
drugs
about
or
it.
some homeless person trying to murder you or whatever.
No.
You know, we could go up. We used to take it all the way up to McKenzie.
Yeah.
Like that was the new thing. Was the bus now goes up to McKenzie.
Yeah,
We
you
used to
could go
play-
clear up to Blue River. Yeah.
We used to go up there and fish and play in the water and all kinds of stuff and ride it back. And
Yeah.
you know, it just. Yeah.
And would you send your kids down?
No,
if they
not
were
a
12,
chance.
13, yeah.
Not a chance.
You'd probably even be worried about your 18-year-old
Yeah.
being on
Yeah.
that bus.
Yeah. Where you at? I'll come pick you up.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, no. It's just our whole. I mean, I remember the state. Okay, so I've lived here in Oregon my entire life. I was born in Nissa, moved to Salem with our family, moved then to a small little town called Damascus, which is right next to Boring, where everybody knows. And then we moved to North Bend. So I kind of have covered the state.
Yeah.
Worked almost every time we almost had a farm. Okay, so we had an orchard, Italian plums. We had a farm in Damascus. I did all sorts of crazy, wild things when I was in North Bend, right on the coast. Never in my life was I worried about anything happening to me. Except for like riding my bike on Highway 101. Okay, I was a little sketchy. But other than that,
It's a highway.
it was a highway. I get it, But other than that, I was not worried.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we did crazy things. When I was 12 years old, the greatest thing that you can do when you're a 12-year-old kid in Oregon, you can get your hunter safety card. And now you can go hunting. And you can do some cool stuff. I had to bring my gun to school for hunter safety course. So on the bus, I rode with a .22 caliber rifle. We would get there, we had to go to the office, hand it to the secretary, and she put it in the little gun rack that was right there, hand her bullets, and to class you go. And then when it's hunter safety class time, you walk back to the office, you got your bullets, you got your gun, and you went to the class. Is that ever going to happen again?
No,
Nope.
not the way things are now.
It was amazing because I remember as a kid in school, okay, remember that you used to have that PA that went to the whole school, you know, and I would hear in class, Mr. Burton. And I'd be like, oh no, what'd I do, you know? Can the principal use your rifle? We've got a porcupine in the playground. Teacher'd walk over. Can he use it? Yeah, go for it. Yeah, he can use it. 10 minutes later, no porcupine.
So do you think if we went back to teaching firearm education as like a mandatory class, talking about hunting, talking about wildlife management versus everybody thinking we're just going out and slaughtering Bambi?
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like if people were more educated about that, we'd have less?
Well, one, you'll take away that
The stigma.
mystery of
Yeah.
the gun.
Yeah. Well,
It's a tool.
we talked about that last week too. I don't know if you've seen this video. There's this picture going around on the internet where people are like, "This is a freaking bullet hole from an AR-15."
And it's like this
And
big.
it's a fist size,
You reach through it.
and it's like it's a 22 caliber bullet. Sure, it's got a bunch of powder behind it, but it's a 22 caliber bullet. It literally, it doesn't even do that.
You might even get your pinky in
No,
there.
it's like a freaking ballpoint pen poke.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I
not
could,
big.
I could get one in the
The
garage.
exit might look that big.
Well, I mean, so
No.
it's a sheet of paper.
Oh.
I can show you. I have one in the garage, a bullet hole from an AR-15, and it literally is just a poke.
Yeah, it looks like a 22 caliber
And-
long rifle bullet hole.
And those bullets, being the way they're built, their exit isn't actually as big as you think it would be.
Right.
Like, you shoot a telephone book with it, it doesn't blow out.
No,
nothing.
no,
Like,
I'm just
it's-
thinking
it's
of
a
the
full metal
bucks that I
jacket.
get.
Yeah.
well, yeah, but that's a big round that also is made to separate.
Yes.
And it bounces around inside
Yeah.
depending
Yep.
on the shot.
Right.
Yep,
Yeah.
it does.
But it's made to separate and, make that flour and,
Yeah, it's
Kill it.
designed to do. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
what it's designed to do.
yeah.
Whereas
But-
an AR-15 is really
A target.
pest control. So coyotes, those sorts of things, they're great for that.
Yeah.
And a plinking gun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's not used in the military.
No.
I don't have a switch on mine that goes safe, 3-round burst, auto, semi. I don't have that. Mine goes safe. I can now shoot.
I love that everybody thinks that AR stands for assault rifle to begin with.
Yeah.
But we went over that last week. also.
Armalite. We love you, Armalite. Keep going.
But, all right.
Okay.
Anything else? You got anything to say?
Well, I was thinking with the DEI, go back to the Constitution. Does it say we guarantee happiness?
No.
No, it's the pursuit of happiness.
Yep.
No, and I liked your talk about what the Americans want. And if you travel around the world, that's what generally people want
Everywhere. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
everywhere.
That's not like a U.S. thing.
Well, exactly. It's just wanting healthy families.
Yeah.
But the point is, with our Constitution, you have to train people that there are limitations. When you give a teenager their brand new credit card from the credit union or bank, or give them a stack of checks, you need to train them that there is a limitation. If you've
This
got
isn't an
checks, that
implement.
doesn't mean that you've still got money. And if you can keep using that credit card, that you can keep on buying things. There are limitations, but we just don't see that in Salem legislators.
No.
Yeah.
We have that in school. They taught us how to fill out a tax form,
We don't do that anymore.
how to balance your checkbook.
Don't do that anymore.
We didn't have credit cards really for that much. And how to manage your savings.
They don't do that anymore either.
Yeah, see? Why?
Yeah.
Are those not like life lessons?
Yes. And
Are
kids,
those things that are not necessary?
kids are growing up without the skills to be independent.
Yeah.
And so they continue to live with mom and dad
Until
until they're
40.
30 or 40.
We've had that conversation too.
And so, the education system is doing a terrible disservice
Yeah.
To these
to
kids.
these kids.
Yeah.
And we need to fix that by fixing things at the state level
Mm-hmm.
and get people on the same page that education has to be reading, writing, arithmetic, and the skills to be an independent, productive adult.
Yeah.
And you have to be a teacher that
Period.
can do it.
Yes.
I would change productive adult to productive citizen.
There you go.
Because
I say
it's-
productive member of society.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anything. Be productive. Whatever you do,
Yeah.
do it.
These,
Do it well.
These silver spoon Antifa kids that are going up, trying to tear everything down because mommy and daddy pay all their bills.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
Who are
crazy.
obviously
That's
independently wealthy.
I was
guess.
talking to a guy from down south about the whole Black Lives Matter Floyd situation and how they
Mhm.
destroyed down there on 7th Street.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they were
Yeah.
looting cell phone stores and Jimmy
Yeah, they were
John's
just
and all that.
destroying
Just
everything.
destroying it under the name of, standing up.
Civic
The other
justice.
side of the country. What
Yeah.
does you stealing a display cell phone have to do with standing up for him?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
What, he didn't have one?
yeah.
Because he probably couldn't afford one.
Yeah. All right.
Anyhow, folks, we want you to discriminate. We want you to discriminate between what has been going on to destroy this state and what we offer,
Yeah.
which is to build the state back up,
We
build
want
up
a
the economy,
better-
make it so people will actually want to live and work here.
Yeah.
So please, discriminate.
Yeah.
Vote for us in November.
Yes.
Okay?
Please.
You can make the difference. You make the difference.
If you want to change, if you want Oregon to be a better place to live, play, recreate, whatever,
We gotta change
well,
it.
you either vote for us or you get the same old.
Same results, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the definition of insanity. Do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. No,
Yeah.
that doesn't work. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.